The call is for DA Zapala to prosecute them because there definitely was a crime committed, and we can get them off the force. These 3 officers are working right now. They are being police officers every day after they did this. They're still getting paid. They're still having their badge. They're still out there contacting and interacting with people every day. And we cannot have police officers like this interacting with the community every day. And so I need you to contact DA Zapala. Flood his office with calls. Flood his office with your presence. Flood his office with letters. Email him and let him know that we in Pittsburgh would like him to do his job and prosecute these 3 officers so we can get them off of our police force, so we can have a responsible police force again. Our next speaker will be Miss Tracey Hickey. She herself has been a victim of police brutality, and she will share her story with you. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, my name is Tracey Hickey, and I have a few things in common with Jordan Miles. I was arrested at the G20 summit in Pittsburgh my freshman year of college, so I know what it's like, despite having been a very good kid all your life, taking honors classes, never getting into trouble, trying to walk the line, to be 18 and scared and in handcuffs, and to be bruised and sitting in a paddy wagon or wherever and not knowing, when am I going to get home? When are they going to let me out? Are they going to throw me in jail? What am I going to be charged with? How am I going to explain this to my parents? I had a lot of advantages that Jordan Miles doesn't. I'm white, I'm female, I'm little. I was not beat up the way he was. I was tackled on the patio, but I got off with skinned knees. I was only charged with failure to disperse. I was not charged with resisting arrest. I was not beat up the way he was. But my arresting officer also did not face any sort of reprimand. I don't know who he was. I don't know. I assume he's still policing. Maybe he was one of the Jordan Miles 3. Maybe he's beat up one of you. I don't know. And that's the point I want to make. First of all, that I'm coming from, I'm here because I empathize with Jordan. Because I was 18, I was scared. I know what that feels like. It messes up your life. How it messed up my first semester of college. How it messed up his senior year of high school. You know, the last semester of your senior year of high school, you're supposed to relax. You're not supposed to be dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder and worrying about the charges that are on your head. And ultimately, this problem will only get worse unless they start to deal with these officers. I'm one of the sides of my side. There's some debate about what the problem is in the police force. If it's a systemic problem with the police force, or if it's, as people say, just a few eggs. Just a few bad eggs. Well, if I'm going to take the charitable view that it's just a few bad eggs in that police force, what do you do with bad eggs? You throw them out. You don't keep them in your kitchen for a year and then put them back in the refrigerator so you can cook with them. Those bad eggs start to stink things up. We need to tell Nate Harper those 3 bad eggs and however many other bad eggs are sticking up your police force. I can smell them from here. And if we don't throw those bad eggs out, we've seen how these things go. All 2, if not all 3, of the officers who beat up Jordan Miles had prior complaints of police brutality against them. If we reward them for this, if we allow them to be on the force, if we teach them that this is what they can get away with, that they're rewarded for this, that we'll support them in doing this, we're going to be holding a vigil in a few years. We're not holding a vigil right now for Jordan Miles, thank God. But if we let these 3 remain on the force, we'll be holding a vigil in a few years. And it's going to be a vigil we could have prevented. And we got to tell them they got to prevent it. And thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Ms. Tracey Hickey.